Hi, my name is Lindsay from The Homey Life, and I thought while I am doing a deeper clean of my home before my husband gets home, he works away for 3 weeks at a time, I wanted to do a video talking about how to be a good hostess. So don't think that I am doing a really deep clean for guests. I don't think that's super important. I just want my husband to come home to a clean house. I did write a whole blog post on this topic as well, which I will link below in the descriptions. And if you like this video, please make sure you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more homemaking, cooking from scratch, and biblical advice. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. So how to be a good hostess. Now, I was thinking of things that I like when I go to people's houses, like things that stand out and make me feel comfortable. And then I thought of things that make me not feel so comfortable. But I'm just going to talk about things you should do at your home that really do seem to make a difference. And the very first thing, which is pretty obvious, is to invite people over. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until everything is spotless and clean and you have it all planned out. Just start by inviting, whether it's family, your closest friends, someone you don't know very well but would like to get to know better. Just invite them over, and it will all happen from there. Now, the second thing I would do is, in preparation for your guests coming over, is I would suggest tidying your home. Once again, not spotless. We live in a home and we want to show that the home has been lived in. But I think it's important that your guests have a clean seat to sit on, that they have a table they can put their hands on, and that things aren't just overloaded with clothes or toys just scattered all over the floor so they don't trip kind of thing. It's just a quick tidy, if that makes sense at all. Quick tidy, doesn't matter if there's dishes in your sink, doesn't matter if your bedroom is a mess, you can just close the door. A quick tidy so they can walk safely, they can sit down and enjoy a drink on a clean table. I personally also really like to make sure the bathroom is clean. I just think it's nice for your guests to go into a clean toilet, have a clean toilet and a clean sink to wash their hands in. That is my preference. Now, the third thing I'd recommend, and this is more if there's going to be children involved as well, as I do have kids and I tend to invite people with children too, is to have some activities planned. And now, kids a lot of the times will just play just fine and make up their own things. But I like to have some activities just in case, like, hey guys, you want to jump in the sprinkler if it's a hot day? I'll put it underneath the trampoline. Maybe I'll go out and get some water balloons, or we'll do a Nerf gun fight, or just initiate a couple plans. Maybe it's a simple craft, something simple that they can keep them occupied. Happy kids that are playing tend to not disrupt you when you're trying to have a conversation with other adults. And I think that's really important. So it's nice to have some sort of activities planned. You can also have activities planned with other adults. It can be a nice way to kind of break the ice with somebody new, whether you're doing some sort of craft together, maybe you're baking something together, whatever it may be. It's a nice way to bond and chat and keep busy, and it doesn't really matter if there's like a longer silence because you're doing something. So that's just my number three. Is I do like to have some sort of activities planned, mostly though for the children. I think as adults we can tend to just chat pretty fine. The fourth thing I would suggest is to greet your guest at the door with a smile. I think it's just really important. That's the first impression they're going to get, is that you meet them at the door, you welcome them in, and they see you smiling. You are happy to see them. It's just nice knowing that you're not a burden or you're not bothering someone when you have that smile. The fifth thing I would recommend is to tell them where to put their things. So after your guests have walked into your home, let them know where they can place their things, their bags, baby bags, purses, where they can put it. The sixth thing I would recommend is to give your guest a tour of your home. And this is not so that they could be like nosy looking at all your stuff, but it's mostly so they know where the toilet is, if they need to go there. Let them know where the kitchen is. Maybe they might want some water. It's nice to know where the kitchen is. And just let them know, give them a little layout of the house. It's always nice to kind of walk into someone's home and see see how it looks. I personally like to see my friends' homes, and I'm sure many other people think the same way. It just feels more inviting. Now, some of the other things I actually wasn't very good at, which I'm going to be talking about now, and I really have made a mental note to be a lot better at this, which is offering your guest a beverage. Once I've given them a little tour, they put their bags down, they're in my house, I like to offer them a beverage right away. Whether they want some cold water, whether they want water kefir soda I've made, or a tea, or coffee, I ask them right away, see what their preference is, and I happily make one for them. I sometimes even pre-boil the water so it's already hot and ready to go, which you don't have to do, of course. But it's just really nice to offer your guest a tea. And I have to say, I think every single time I've ever offered a drink, they've always said yes right away. And even if your guests do say no, maybe they feel a little shy or awkward, say you're going to make yourself one, and you'll probably find they'll want one. And don't forget to just ask again later. Just because they said no now doesn't mean that in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour from now, they won't be wanting one then. Another thing I've really been trying to do as well is making sure I have food prepared. Definitely, if there's kids coming as well, they are not shy or afraid to tell you that they are hungry and that they want food. So I always now, I didn't used to, but I always now, if I'm going to have guests, I have things already in my freezer that I've prepared a week ago, a few days ago, like shortbread cookies I can easily whip out and just throw in the oven. My sourdough garlic bread. I generally have something in the freezer that's a pick up and go. I try to stock up on fruit. And I might make little treats depending on how I feel. I might do sourdough pizza rolls, or it doesn't have to be difficult though. You literally can have some fruit, crackers, and cheese. Keep it simple, but I do find having some sort of food just really makes everything so much better. It's really nice to just sit, have a tea, and some nibblies. And I can tell you from experience, it really keeps the kids happy to have food and entertained. Now, I also think it's really important for us to actually give our guests our full attention when they are there. Ask them questions. Don't make it all about you. Don't go on your phone, text messaging, making phone calls. It's kind of rude. So, if you can, give them as much of your attention as possible. Just getting to know them and listening to what they have to say. It's just really nice. It makes them feel important. It's nice to know someone and to feel heard. Obviously, there are kids, and it's fine to let kids come have a little conversation too. They a lot of times want to ask questions or say something, but don't let your children take over a conversation to the point where it's rude. It's okay for them to be involved, but there is a bit of a difference. So I let my kids know it's fine. You can come, you can say what you want to say, but okay, now it's time to go and play with the other kids while we have our adult conversations. And the last thing I want to say about being a good hostess is be prepared for the unexpected. Have band-aids on hand, because you just never know when someone's going to get cut. It's nice to just have some band-aids on hand. Pads, if you're going to have women, definitely like younger women come over, accidents happen. It's nice to have some pads for them. Extra diapers. I do still have small kids, so I do still have a diaper for my younger ones. So I have extra diapers for when my friends with babies come over, just in case. Same with wipes. Having a first aid kit. You never know, somebody might get a splinter, they'll need a tweezer. We are here in Australia. I do have a snake bite kit. Not that I'm super stressed about snakes. We don't have that big of an issue, but it's just having those things just in case. It's always good to be prepared. And now these are just some of the things that I do when I plan on having guests over. I like to, of course, make sure I invite them. I like to clean up my home. I prepare something to eat, something to drink, have some activities planned, and I just give my home a little quick tidy and give them my attention. That's really all it is. I hope that you found this helpful and that you enjoy this video. I know I do enjoy making them, and I hope that you enjoy listening to them. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. and go invite some guests over to your house knowing that you've got this. Have a lovely day. Bye.